Welcome back to CryptosRUs. I'm George. We're all George. So tonight, got to talk about that massive fake out this morning. What happened there? And also, let's talk about what's going on with Bitcoin and how it actually outperformed all the major currencies out there. What is that about? Well, let's discuss that as well. Smash up the like, subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that notification bell to get notified of all my streams. Follow me on social media. Check out CryptosRUs.com and make sure you follow my other channels as well. Good evening, guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Man, we got a big, massive fake out this morning. Look at that. Like a Bart Simpson. This morning when I was streaming, things were looking good. We're above 20,000, even though I said DXY looks very high, very, very high. And all of a sudden, Bitcoin turned down all the way down to about 19,000, and that is where we are right now. So what actually happened? Well, it wasn't just Bitcoin. So this morning when I was streaming, the U.S. market was doing very well. That was like plus 350, 400, and then it swung all the way down. A couple of I don't know, press conferences kind of spook people. Take a look at this headline right here on top. This just breaking news. China's yuan and weakest in 14 years. That is the main topic. Every currency out there, every single one is getting decimated right now. Decimated. And that is why I think it's good for Bitcoin. So let's take a look. In the U.S., of course, the market swung downwards. The Dow for tomorrow is also looking negative now. NASDAQ is looking negative, right? And in the U.S., we're getting a lot of pain as well, not just overseas. Of course, you look at the stock market overall, has wiped out about $9 trillion from Americans' wealth. Okay, so obviously that's a tremendous amount of wealth that Powell wants to see. Powell is trying to make everyone broke. I tried to explain this to someone recently, and the person I was arguing with was saying, no, Powell's not trying to make people broke. I'm like, yes, he is. If you think about it, what is he trying to do? He's trying to curb demand in a major way to prevent people from buying things that they want to buy. Right? Like homes and cars and electronics and whatever else, right? So what he's trying to do is essentially making everyone broke so that they have no money to be able to buy anything. And then, thus, prices of goods start coming down because no one can buy it, right? So essentially, if you think about it, that is what Powell's trying to do, is make everyone broke. To put it quite simply, that's his mission right now. So $9 trillion, probably more if you take into crypto. Crypto lost, several trillion as well. So you throw that in there, and anything, for real estate, you throw that in there, that's probably more trillions, right? There's a lot. There's a lot of money that's just wiped out. And take a look at the housing market. The mortgage rate is now at 7%, which is still climbing, and I hate to see this, but mortgage rates are going up and up and up and up again, making it so that it's basically unaffordable for people. And someone broke this down. Take a look at this. If you have a $600,000 mortgage, you're buying a house $600,000. If your mortgage was 2.65% interest rate, you're paying about $2,400 a month. At 3.2%, you're paying about $2,600 a month. Now at 7%, okay, we're not quite up to 7.08, but we'll probably get there. But at 7%, you're now paying $4,000 a month. So as you can see, as rates go up and up and up, again, people can't buy or afford anything, right? Again, going back to what I said, Powell just wants everyone to be broke, basically. But yeah, that's what's going on in the U.S. Obviously, even though we're sitting a little bit prettier than other countries, but not by much. Not by much. And even Fed President Bullard said that, yes, recession is a risk. And I don't know what recession definition he's using, because in the U.S. we are in recession. We're in technical recession already. So I don't know what his criteria is in terms of a real recession. But he's saying it's more of a scare on a global scale rather than the U.S., because actually the U.S. is still doing better than other, right? So we'll see. But obviously overseas, I covered this morning, sabotage. People are looking at who attacked those pipelines, Nord Stream 1 and 2, right? So was it the Russians? Was it some other country? This is affecting Germany, Sweden, and Denmark. So there's a lot of countries that are dependent on that gas, even though Russia, cut it off for maintenance. But now it seems like there's big holes, and that gas is just leaking into the ocean. Who did it? Who did it? We don't know. So this is obviously causing more turmoil, and there's still a lot of other stuff that's going on in Europe that's causing a lot of scare. So, I've been covering the British pound recently, right? Recently it fell to 108. That was the recent low, and take a look. It fell down even more, 107. So it continues to drop. The euro was at 97 cents. Now it's 96 cents, continues to drop. I know it's just 1 cent, but given over time, it starts adding up, which is why I found this. This is the last week performance of Bitcoin versus all these others. The British pound, minus 5.3% in a single week. The euro, minus 3.5%. And then Chinese yuan at negative 2.2%. Even gold at minus 1.7%. And yen at minus 0.7%. And this is just a week. If you go back further, most of these currencies have fallen a lot more. We're talking about 20, 30%. And these are the biggest currencies on the planet. We're not even looking at smaller currencies from like Turkey or Argentina and some of these other developing countries. These are the major currencies of the world right now, and they're all struggling hard. They're collapsing, which is why the DXY, the US dollar, continues to go up. This morning, it was like 113.8 or something. Look at it. It's above 114. Tomorrow's going to go to 115. And this just seems like it's a never-ending path upwards right now, right? So that is what's happening. We are seeing collapse of world currencies. But the good thing is Bitcoin outperformed them. So this past week, at least, 6%. And we know that, yes, it's been rocky. This morning, we had a fake out. Yes, Bitcoin tends to go through some up and down, some volatility, a lot of it due to whale manipulation. But, one of the main focuses for Bitcoin is to be a true store of value. Are we seeing that starting to play out right now? If all these currencies continue to go down and debase, are we going to see an influx of these currencies into Bitcoin? I would argue it's starting to happen. Now, a lot more of it is probably going to the dollar, I realize. Most people would put it into the dollar, but you know what? If Bitcoin finds its footing and starts continuing building upon this base and going upwards, you know what? We may see more and more money start flowing into Bitcoin. And they should, because I've been talking about, if you really learn how the financial system works from every single major country, including the major ones with these currencies, they are all built on a house of cards meant to collapse someday. And that is why we need something better, and we do with Bitcoin. So I'm glad to see this. I'm glad to see Bitcoin, even though we haven't moved for a week, essentially, but Bitcoin actually holding well against every other world currency that is absolutely in free fall right now. So that's very, very, very encouraging. And of course, we got other stuff that's happening, and it's good. Good long term. You just have to have patience, right? And don't be faked out by short-term volatility, and we know there's a lot of it. All right, what else is there? Well, there's a lot of other stuff. As for on-chain metrics, this is one created by Root, which combines realized cap, liquidity supply, and coin days, all added together, like three, I don't know about major ones, but three of them that measures bottom. And if you look at where we are right now, we're near the bottom, like all the previous bottoms we have seen before. I've been showing you guys this. There's so many of these models that show Bitcoin is at the bottom, essentially at the same point as previous bottoms, right? And this is another one that actually combines three metrics together. So that's pretty good. And overall, just to remind you guys, October traditionally is a bullish month. Just like September traditionally is a bearish month, right? I take it with a grain of salt. I've been telling you guys this, even though there are certain months that's supposed to be more bullish than others. This year is just very different. With DXY continuing to skyrocket, right? Are we going to see some substantial gains? I hope so as we come closer and closer to October. And then we got the final 2 months, November, December. Traditionally speaking, we have pretty good rallies. Take a look at 2020. 2020 was the pandemic, right? We had a horrible, horrible start of the year. Then we ended the year crazily in October, plus 28%, plus 43%, plus 47%. That was the end of November. Heading into 2021, then you had plus 14%, plus 37%, plus 30%. And that started end of the year for 2020. So I hope we could see something like that. We could see a sustained rally. It's hard to see now because of all the things that's going on around the world. But as more and more people turn to something better like Bitcoin, it's going to happen. It's just a matter of time. All right. What else is going on? Well, a couple other news about altcoins. Robinhood is letting people test out its new non-custodial web wallet that's built, seems like, on Polygon. At least Polygon is the first blockchain they support. It's not even Ethereum, it's Polygon. So I guess this is positive for people that are using Robinhood. Once you can get your hands on this new non-custodial wallet, which it sounds like it is non-custodial. I have to be 100% sure about that. It sounds like it, but if it is, that'll be great. It's much better than holding within Robinhood, right? But still, Robinhood recently, some controversy because guess who bought a huge stake in Robinhood? FTX. And I've been talking about FTX. I even created a separate video about FTX. I said, I think there's a lot of crazy resonations recently. After the Voyager buyout, FTX's president resigns. Alex Mashinsky from Celsius resigns, right? What is happening? Well, look at this. FTX eyeing Celsius. That's exactly what I said, right? It seems like FTX really just wants to buy everyone. So they're going to buy Voyager. They'll probably go buy Celsius. They already bought into Robinhood. They'll probably go buy BlockFi, and they bought several other exchanges already. Who else are they going to buy, right? So gotta keep our eyes on SBF with all these purchases. But regardless, this is good. This news is good for Polygon as Polygon continues to grow. If you look at bridges, Polygon has the most TVL by far. Way more than everyone else, almost more than everyone else combined. That's how big Polygon is. And if you look at TVL, they're about number 5 right now with 1.3 billion, so not too shabby. And give you guys an update on Polkadot. I didn't know about this, but Polkadot is about to upgrade their chain, which will give them 10x their transaction speed. That's pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. Something called asynchronous backing, which will give it 10x the scalability. I don't know when this is coming, but that's pretty exciting. And then lastly, this could also be good for crypto and Bitcoin, although it's Russia doing this. But Russian exchanges ready to launch international crypto payments, because recently Russia said that they will accept crypto for payments. So now Russian exchanges are getting ready for it. So are we going to see an influx of buying because maybe some countries or companies want to do business with Russia? Are we going to see that soon? Maybe. If so, we're going to see an influx, a huge influx of buying soon, right? So we'll see. This is also coming. All right, that is pretty much it. Overall market cap slightly lower than this morning. Unfortunately, we had that fake out, but it's just a matter of time. People discover a better way, and that way is Bitcoin. All right, let's do some Q&A. All right, let me... Andrew says, I'm here for you. Thank you. Thank you. Did you guys see the trailer for Deadpool 3? So pretty much it's been confirmed that Wolverine is coming into the MCU along with Deadpool. But unfortunately, it says that the new movie is going to be in like 2024. So they're building the hype 2 years ahead of time. I'm like, God damn. All right. George Soros, there's two options. To fix inflation, I'm assuming. To fix supply chain or squash demand. Yes, and the Fed could only do one. Squash demand. How do you squash demand? You make everyone broke. That's really how to look at it. DK Grim says, my house has 3% 30-year fix. The good thing about so many people having low mortgage rates locked in, essentially locks people in, and they're probably not going to sell, right? So that's the good thing. So that'll probably keep supply scarce, but new home buyers will probably be scarce too. But yeah, the British pound, someone says, this is no good. It's going to be parity soon with the dollar. All right, I'm scrolling down. Let's see here. Bought more XRP today. Congratulations. XRP has been selling off ever since like a few days ago. They had some good news with the court, and now they just really sold off. What happened to the XRP army? All right, I'm still trying to catch up here. Let's see. What do you think about Cosmos, the long-term hodl? I like it. I talk about Cosmos all the time. So yes, it is a great long-term hodl. Your leaked OnlyFans video proves you're only long on ETH, just like Vitalik. I'll take that. Are you still invested in DeFi Kingdoms, or did I cut my losses? I pretty much cut my losses, majority of it, a long time ago. I still have a very little amount, but I cut my losses when when I heard about the team, or at least the one guy that was allowed to sell using some kind of vulnerability. He was able to unlock and sell and dump, and then the team went through a detox after that and all this stuff. But yeah, I did not like that. But I hope they can pull through. They're trying to move off of Harmony, right? They said some pretty nasty things about Harmony, which is not good, but I hope they can pull through. You think ADA can hold above 40 cents? Well, I mean, if the market's not going any lower, then sure. If the market is going lower, then probably not. But right now, it seems like, yeah, they've been holding above 40 cents for a long, long time. They have not fallen through for a while now. Let's see. Let's try to bring up ADA here. Crypto. When was the last time ADA was below 40 cents? No, even over here, yeah, it's you got to go back really far. Last time ADA was below 40 cents was back in February of 2021. So I would say this is a pretty strong support right here. Right here, 40 cents. Right here, 40 cents. So probably going to hold unless we have an absolute disaster with crypto markets. Bradley, thank you. What are your thoughts on Rose? Seems like a great privacy-based L1 with a lot of smart folks involved. I haven't paid that much attention to Rose, but anything with that keyword privacy, I would be careful of. Because governments do not like privacy, especially with privacy coins, which can hide your transactions. It's already started happening. All these countries around the world are delisting privacy coins. So, Bradley, that scares me. That scares me. But outside of that, I have not paid too much attention to them, so I can't really say if they have great potential or not. Cadena is running at 480,000 transactions, proof of work, recent Bitmain adoption, thoughts. It's capable of running there. It's nowhere close of running there because there's not enough dApps on board. Bitmain adoption is great, but you need a lot more dApps. You need more wallets. You need more DeFi. You need more bridging. You need a lot more to Cadena. What if Do Kwon fakes his death? I don't know. Then he just does. I don't know. Arweave or Filecoin? I like Arweave better. They're the storage backbone of Solana too, so I like them for that reason. Filecoin is trying to do their own layer 1 kind of thing, layer 2 kind of thing. But I haven't heard much about that recently. So I still like Arweave better. Why do you think we were so wrong to expect BTC to hit 100K in 2021? Probably because we didn't anticipate the Powell effect. Powell effect is real. So now, going forward, if we ever come to, let's say we go back in a very bullish cycle, we go on a market trend where the markets go up for 10 years, right? As soon as we hear about the Fed, that's when you know it's time to sell. So, the old saying, don't fight the Fed? That's true. So I think most of us ignore the fact that the Fed, I'm saying Powell at this time, maybe in the future it could be someone else, but they were really slow at raising rates, but they were hinting at it, talking about it, and should have anticipated that a little bit better. But in the future, I'm going to know better. VI Jokers, welcome, welcome. I mean, we weren't that far off. We were at 70K, and Bitcoin was climbing up. So if you think about it, the way it was going could have definitely happened, but the Fed, Powell stepped in, and that's when things went downhill. Don't fight the Fed, but with diamond hands. Well, that's true. George, what are you doing with the crypto right now? Nothing. I'm holding. Been holding all this time. DCAing. That's pretty much it. DCA and HODL. That's how you win. No matter what, that's how you win. I've learned from my mistakes of trying to panic dump, trying to outsmart the market, trying to trade, and all this and that. In the end, had I just held, I would be in much better shape. So that's what I'm doing. Just holding and DCAing into my favorite projects. Really, that's it. Elon Musk helped a lot to destroy BTC last year. We did have that setback, right? So that's another good point. I totally forgot about it because BTC hit 62,000 or 64,000. And then we had the ESG FUD, Elon FUD, BlackRock FUD, and then it brought us down to 28,000, right? But if we didn't have that, and we had those months where Bitcoin would continue to rise, then yeah, we could have easily hit 100,000. I totally forgot about that. That's a good point. That's a good point. Did you ever sell during the bull run or just roll her down? This time I did. No, not selling, but I rolled her down. I've always done that, but I've learned that my biggest mistake was not riding in the way down, was not having enough cash to be able to buy the dips. So I've learned that it's very important to have cash on the side so that you could continue to DCA and buy the low dips or crypto at low prices when other people are panicking. That was always my biggest mistake, was just going all in, not having enough, right? This time around, made sure I have a lot on the side, and I recommend 25-30% in cash so that you're able to continue to DCA and buy the dips. And I think as long as you have that, it works both ways. Even when the market is pumping and you want to take profits, right? Take profits, make sure your cash pile is about 30% so that if things come down, you could still continue to keep going. So I think that's a pretty good strategy. Don't sell till plan B says time. Yeah, I don't know what to say about that. Are you putting in a hardwood court in your new house? Yes, I am. Like a half court in my basement. So it'll be pretty cool. Are you sure 100% bottom is in? No, I never said 100% bottom is in. A lot of metrics do show that we are very similar situation and the same oversold levels as previous bottoms. But right now, obviously, the market is dominated by fear, by the macro stuff, by the dollar having so much strength, right? These things are not guaranteed. So Get off the fence, George. On what? On what? Do I play Dota? No, I don't. I don't play anything right now. I don't play anything. I don't have time for it. Too tired all the time making videos. How do we decide whether to save cash for a dip or DCA? Both. Both. Make sure you have your cash pile sitting at 25, 30% cash at all times. Even if you DCA, you figure out how to replenish that. Keep that cash pile around 25, 30% while you're DCAing, and then you'll be good, right? So figure out how to do that. 10K BTC this year is imminent. No, it's not. I wouldn't say never. It could happen. I don't see it for this year. I don't see it ever, but I've been wrong about statements like that. But yeah, I just think it's very, very, very little chance. Have you checked out any drones from DJI? Yeah, I just bought one. I bought the Air 2S. I was looking at the Mini 3, but the camera is still not as good as the 2S, so I bought the 2S, and I'm glad I did. It's a fantastic drone, and the camera quality is outstanding. But if you're looking at the pros are even better, but for what I do, I don't think I could justify spending that much on a pro drone. All right, guys, I'll let you guys go. Thoughts on Porsche IPO? I have no thoughts on it, really. I don't know how Porsche is going to do in the future. I think they'll always have a loyal crowd, but short term, they're having a real slow time transitioning to EVs. And Volkswagen's CEO just got fired for making too big of a push into EVs, so that could be a hint of Porsche's future too. I don't know. I'm not that bullish on that IPO. All right, guys. I'll let you guys go. World currencies collapsing, still collapsing. But the one that they may be turning to, or I should say citizens of these countries may be turning to, is Bitcoin. So let's see what happens. All right, guys, smash the like, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys tomorrow, bright and early, 8:15 a.m. Central Standard Time, and we'll see where things are. We'll take it a day at a time. All right, have a good one, guys. Take care. Bye-bye.